In the global economic hierarchy, Japan confidently stands as the third most dominant powerhouse. It's a feat worth commending, especially given its stagnant growth since the early 1990s. However, when we zoom in closer, a fascinating paradox emerges. Tokyo, the heartbeat of Japan, is not just thriving, but outpacing the entirety of its parent nation in a dynamic sprint. Picture this. Tokyo, shimmering with the energy of over 37 million souls, has a GDP eclipsing $2 trillion. To contextualize, if Tokyo stood independent from Japan, it would snugly fit between Italy and Canada, claiming the title of the world's 8th largest economy. As Tokyo expanded its horizons, it merged with surrounding urban clusters like Chiba, Kanagawa, and Yokohama. The resulting behemoth is what we commonly refer to as the Tokyo Major Metropolitan Area, or the Kanto Major Metropolitan Belt. But Tokyo's meteoric rise has its shadows. It's symbolic of a lurking concern that many advanced nations grapple with. As Tokyo surges, the rest of Japan seems to plateau. And this isn't a phenomenon exclusive to Japan. A growing disparity between cosmopolitan hubs and their hinterlands could potentially cripple long-term economic growth, much like the scenario Japan currently confronts. Beyond the economic lens, there are tangible societal repercussions. Many feel compelled to squeeze into densely packed cities, compromising on living conditions, all for the allure of being part of the thriving economy. Now, urban living has its charm, but when regional imbalances dictate such choices, it's a concern. Now, you might wonder, why is this urban-rural rift detrimental to economies? How did we even reach this juncture? And importantly, can we chart a way out? At the crux of it, disparities in incomes across regions aren't intrinsically harmful. Economists often use tools like purchasing power parity to level the playing field when comparing economies or regions. Let's simplify. Two regions produce wheat. Both produce 1 million tons annually. The first sells it at $400 a ton, with an average annual income of $10,000, while the second, being pricier, sells at $600 a ton, and its citizens earn $15,000 annually. While on the surface, the second economy seems richer, both are equivalent when adjusting for purchasing power. But reality is more intricate. With multiple commodities, fluctuating currencies, and complex trade relationships, the scenario becomes more nuanced. Megacities like Tokyo beckon with higher salaries. Yet the cost of living, primarily housing, surges disproportionately. This price imbalance makes cities less accessible to newcomers and traps existing residents. What's the ripple effect? Major cities brimming with educational institutions and corporations are hubs of innovation, but if these urban centers become unaffordable, we risk stunting potential breakthroughs. Additionally, cities, despite their allure, aren't conducive to raising families due to high costs and cramped spaces. This urban bias exacerbates dwindling birth rates in developed nations. The ramifications: a graying population that could strain economies. Cities, with their skyscrapers and neon lights, symbolize prosperity. However, the growing chasm between such urban spaces and the rest presents challenges that, if unchecked, could stagnate growth and innovation. Can we bridge this gap? Remote work offers a glimmer of hope. By deconcentrating urban hubs and promoting remote work policies, we can spread opportunity more evenly, balancing regional growth. Tokyo, often hailed as the epitome of progress, isn't just a city, it's a phenomenon. Its story is not just about impressive skyscrapers, state-of-the-art technology, and vibrant culture. It's also about an urban consolidation that has overshadowed the rest of Japan. While Tokyo's magnetic pull has attracted talent, innovation, and capital, it has also inadvertently drained the surrounding areas of their vitality. Historically, cities were seen as epicenters of growth. They were spaces where people could exchange ideas, foster creativity, and collaborate on groundbreaking projects. But in the age of globalization and technological advancement, this concept is rapidly evolving. Now, one might argue, why is there an urgent need to redirect our focus from booming metropolises to the subdued hinterlands? The answer lies in holistic development. The dominance of megacities can result in an unequal distribution of resources. When a significant chunk of a nation's capital is invested in a singular urban hub, it inadvertently neglects the peripheral areas. Over time, this fosters resentment and feelings of abandonment in regions left behind. It's not just an economic issue, it's a socio-cultural one. Communities in neglected areas can often feel disenfranchised, leading to potential socio-political unrest. Furthermore, there's the environmental cost. Megacities are notorious for their carbon footprints. Tokyo, for instance, despite its many green initiatives, still faces challenges related to pollution, waste management, and energy consumption. Expanding urban areas consume more resources, exerting additional pressure on our already strained planet. To address this, governments and policymakers need to initiate strategies that encourage the growth of secondary cities and towns. Investing in infrastructure, fostering local businesses, and promoting educational institutions in these areas can create viable alternatives to the megacities. In the era of the internet and digital communication, the traditional advantage that cities held, being a nexus of networking and opportunity, is gradually diminishing. With the right policies, we can nurture remote areas to become hubs of innovation in their own right. For example, the rise of remote work and online businesses could be leveraged to foster entrepreneurship in less developed regions. Another compelling solution is the concept of smart villages or digital villages. These are rural areas equipped with the latest digital tools, providing the local population access to education, healthcare, and business opportunities without relocating to urban centers. This approach can be a win-win, combining the serenity and sustainability of rural life with the opportunities of the digital age. Moreover, the emotional toll on those left behind in rural areas, especially the elderly, is noteworthy. As younger generations pursue opportunities in urban hubs, the elderly often remain, leading to rural areas becoming aging villages. This can have a profound effect on the mental well-being of these senior citizens, who are left in isolation, away from their families. The urban-rural divide also extends to technological access. While cities are often on the cutting edge of technological advancements, rural areas can lag significantly, furthering the divide. On the flip side, it's essential to acknowledge the strain on urban infrastructure due to rapid urbanization. Overcrowding, inadequate housing, and strained public services are but a few of the challenges megacities like Tokyo grapple with. Solutions must address not only the revitalization of rural areas, but also the sustainable growth of urban centers. By recognizing and addressing these multifaceted challenges head-on, societies can work towards a more balanced and inclusive future, ensuring both urban and rural areas thrive symbiotically. In conclusion, while Tokyo's ascent as a global powerhouse is undoubtedly commendable, it serves as a stark reminder of the perils of lopsided development. As we march into the future, it's imperative to remember that true progress isn't just about gleaming skyscrapers, but ensuring that every corner of our nation thrives. The road ahead might be challenging, but with innovation and foresight, we can pave a path that ensures equitable growth for all. On that note, if you found value in this deep dive, consider hitting that subscribe button for Investing Path. It's your support that keeps us fueled to bring more content your way. And as we wrap up, don't forget to hit the like button and stay tuned for more insightful content right here on Investing Path.